What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? This is an impromptu live with the Funky Uncles. If you can join us, it's an open discussion. We just had the last episode with Mr. Trey Elliott, who's a big time comedian doing this thing out in L.A. Peace to Trey for joining us and coming on and chopping it up, man. We really appreciate that, man. So follow the brother Trey on IG, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and good brother, man. He's working hard, man. Peace to you, Trey. But yeah, we just came back on to chop it up with the folks. It's pretty much an open discussion. What you want to talk about, sports, current events, um, whatever. So I'm glad you could join us. Whoever chimed in on the last episode, come join us now if you have time. Look, I know it's Friday night, and you probably want to hang out somewhere, and I get it. I get it. Why would you want to come on the platform with a bunch of old dudes talking about, whatever, I get it. I get it. But hey, if you're not doing anything, come join us. DR, what's up, bro? Come on up, man, and we can get it started. Um, One of the commenters in the last episode was mentioning Kanye, and well, the thing with Kanye, the brother, I think, from what I gather, I don't know all the details, but when I gather, I think the brother just trying to save his family, and he got kids to think about, and he don't want his kids to grow up in a fatherless home. That's what I gather from it. And being that I've experienced some of that, I can understand to a degree. I'm not here to bash the brother for what he wants. That's his wife, that's his family, and I just hope he can come to a common ground with his wife, and maybe they can work something out. Maybe they can't, but from a fatherly standpoint, I can kind of understand where he's coming from. You never want to see your kids get caught in the middle of a situation like that. Unfortunately, a lot of them do, and the main thing to think about here is the kids. I think we tend to overlook that sometimes, but the kids are most important. So that being said, Kanye, good luck, brother. Hopefully you can come to some type of resolution and continue forward, man. But nevertheless, we here. DR, what's up, brother? You know, Waiting on the good brother DR to come on up, and it's an open discussion. So, and talk about whatever's on your mind. Leave a comment, thought, or concern, and we'll go from there. My brother DR, what's up, man?
Yo, what's good? What's good? We doing this second part. We doing this
Hey, man. The first one went so well. The adrenaline was pumping. I say, let me fire up a live. And what's up, Stace? And we can keep this thing going, man.
no
And
doubt.
and it's pretty much an open discussion. What anybody want to talk about. If anybody have a comment, they welcome to leave a comment. We can talk about it and have the conversation, man. And I was just mentioning Kanye, and when I thought about his situation and having experienced some of that myself, I think Kanye more or less he's trying to save the nuclear family. You know, from a fatherly standpoint, he has kids, he has little girls, and I don't think unfortunately, kids get caught up in the middle of it,
Oh,
and yeah, and the kids are innocent, man. When the dust settles, the kids are innocent, and I think he's just trying to protect them from a lot of the things that they may be exposed to or possibility of being exposed to. What's your thoughts on that?
and part of that is going against that narrative that black fathers aren't in the picture.
Right.
Being that's been a narrative for a while that black fathers are absent.
Right.
That's something that's totally over exaggerated because there are more times than not that the father is sometimes is there, and and a lot of times, and from what I've seen, from my experiences and from what I've seen, this is what I'm going by. um
Right.
he may not be there full time, you understand, but at the same time he's somewhere close. A lot of times maybe he's not there because of how the relationship between he and the mother exists, and it's not always good. And being a realist, I can't say and won't say that it's all one-sided. There's so many
Right.
like to make these issues cookie cutter, and it's not. It's always going to be subjective. Sometimes it's the woman says, well, I don't want him I want my child over there with him and that woman. And sometimes it's him saying, I don't want my child around that dude. But overall, that breaks things up when the co-parenting, if you're not going to be with the person, co-parenting is hard. For those that haven't had to experience it, and for those out there who have been on the bad side of it, you have to understand that that's not the only side. The thing is, the most important, the focus that you have to have is what's best for the child and what's makes the child the happiest. And you have to sacrifice.
Right.
You have to sacrifice your emotions. You have to sacrifice the emotion says it all. It's how you feel so many times about the situation that has nothing to do with the child.
Right.
It has all to do with how you feel about your significant other or ex moving forward, and how you feel about whatever. Because if you thought this person wasn't responsible enough or wasn't good enough to have a child with, why did you have a child? Why did you lay up with them and let them shoot the juice? You know what I'm saying? Why you let this man shoot the juice? Or why did you shoot the juice? But you feel that this person isn't responsible enough to make good enough decisions for the benefit, for the welfare of the child. Sometimes it's
right. And the highest honor you can give a man is having kids for him.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, the feelings in it, there's a lot of emotion in it, man, a lot of feelings. And a lot of time it's selfish feelings, and I'm speaking from experience and observational reality. A lot of time it's selfish reasons, but you got to take feelings in yourself out of it, like you say, for the sake of the kid or the children. That's important. You got to be able to separate the feelings from the logic. Okay. And a lot of times when feelings are involved, your logic is out the window, especially, and you've seen they both moved on, in some aspects, but when you're used to having your kids around every day, and then all of a sudden it's spotted here or a weekend there, or, it's a hard adjustment for a lot of fathers, man.
Yeah.
It could be a hard adjustment.
And
absolutely.
One of the biggest factors in that is having kids too early in your life.
Right.
They say baby, the phrase is babies having babies, but at the same time, what most of us don't try to mentally ingest is that it's hard enough for someone young to navigate through life. It's hard enough. Now you have another life to look out for when you haven't quite figured things out yet.
Right. It can be tough. It could be tough, man.
And you don't want to take that counsel, because we always have somebody older in our ear, whether we want to listen to them or not. Normally, from my experience and from what I've seen, once you are in your 20s, you feel so invincible.
You do.
So uber knowledgeable that it's like, you can't tell me anything. This is my child.
Right. Especially if you think you're a man, you standing on your own 2 feet.
What's up, Sam?
And it's just like you said, invincibility, man, because once you have your own family, you think, oh, nobody can tell me nothing. But you haven't lived long enough as a man to really lead a family, especially in your 20s, I think. Some guys can make the adjustment, and it's about living life and knowing how to lead, And unfortunately, a lot of brothers, I was fortunate enough to grow up with a dad, but a lot of brothers weren't. They grew up with single mom homes, and they didn't see that fatherly figure or didn't have a father figure around. And it can be on the job training as a dad, you learning life and figuring things out for yourself in your life. But now you got kids and you got to lead them and a family, and it can be hard, man. Some guys make the adjustment and some guys just say, "I'll forget about it."
Yeah.
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 So,
But
yeah, man, that's
it's the inexperience of life that I mean, as a parent, you're
mhm.
supposed to be able to guide, and when you don't have the proper experience or the proper guidance yourself, it's not to the benefit of the child.
Right.
And I think that in some ways that's how we went to the point where in our generation, I think it started being a little more prevalent, where kids went to the grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people in our
Yeah.
generation, we look back, they had their grandparents had a strong hand in raising them. And,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
with those grandparents, not only did they have the strong experience factor, but they also had a sense of family that was instilled in them that sometimes the concept that parents hadn't quite grasped. They didn't
Right.
understand reasoning for it. So that's
Right.
something lost in the generational can't say a gap, but it's like a generational, what's the word for
We
it?
Yeah, we don't. What's up, Big Josh? We don't have a village no more. Remember the old African proverb? It takes a village to raise a child.
Right.
We don't have the village no more, man. The village is
It's
no
like
longer.
it's like you got the village, but when I was young and I disrespected, what I'm saying, I did something bad in the
Better not.
streets or wherever, and what I'm saying,
Right.
um, it other people might see it as disrespect to my mom. So basically, like, I got checked, and I'll put it like this: I got my ass whooped, and
Right.
then
Because the
when
village
my
gonna cut
mama,
your ass.
yeah,
Yeah.
when my moms found out, that was the extra ass whooping. It was like, yo, what you doing and stuff like that. See, yeah, so it's like we got two ass whoopings. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We got an ass whooping for in the streets, and we got
So,
an ass
Master
whooping.
Closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a butt cutting from disrespecting. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't understand. Like this generation, like they gun ho.
Yeah.
I,
There's no village, man. All the old village people have gone on. You know.
It's not.
And so it's
These
not a
kids,
village. I don't think so.
these parents don't want anybody else other than them to be able to tell their kids something and
Pay
what
love
they're
and favor.
doing.
Right. Right. And you see a lot of parents can't distinguish the line between the parent and the child no more. They're friends, they're buddy, and hanging out and doing this and that. So that whole respect factor is gone after that, I think. You know. Once you become
yeah,
friends with your children, man, it's that respect factor is gone to a degree.
yeah, cause I was friends with my mama for 1 week, and I woke. And it's like I tried. Like I don't understand how my mom was 5'11" and I was 6'4". I tried her one time. Like you know how you smelling yourself, and you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah.
Smelling yourself.
It's that one. Yeah. And I woke up the next day and I said, "What happened?" She said she told me what happened, and then she said, "Yeah, I jumped on you. I choked you out, and you went to bed, and you woke up. You good?" And I was like.
Cut your ass.
I couldn't, yeah,
Case,
yeah, yeah. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, I'm 6'4", and this lady is 5'11", and
Hmm.
she literally checked me out, and I woke up the next day. It's like, what happened?
Yeah, you got a big time
Drew,
chin check.
yeah, yeah. So it's like,
That's the way, and
it was
we
an
don't have that no
anomaly.
more, man. You know,
Now
Now
because
kids can call 911 now and report your ass. You know, and
yeah,
when
you
that
could,
happened, that cut the legs from under parenting, man.
but
Once they
here's
were able to call and
but here's the
say,
thing.
you know,
But here's the thing. You
mm,
got kids that gonna call. They have easy access and they're gonna call and stuff like that. But if you stern with you as a parent and you say go ahead call and stuff like that, you're gonna go through the process and all that. They're gonna go into the home and stuff like that. But when they go to the home and somebody treat them like shit, they're gonna think about it. It's like, you know what? Like, was it worth it? Because if you really think about it today, like my my youngest daughters, all I gotta do is turn the Wi-Fi off. They done.
yeah, turn that Wi-Fi off. They lose it, man. They
Yeah, you know what I'm
lose it.
saying? Like for us, it was like y'all can't go outside. What?
Hmm. Right.
Now
You
you
had to hear
go
you
out.
had to hear all your friends riding
What?
bicycles and playing outside, and you couldn't go outside. That shit used to kill you, man.
Hey,
Looking out the window. Man,
Yeah.
like let's be real. How many times y'all done send a smoke signal out to one of your friends to talk to your mom and be like, hey, can such and such come outside?
yeah.
No, hell no. He on punishment. He on
Like,
punishment. He
yeah,
can't come outside. He did so and so and such and such. No, he
you
can't
gotta
come
get
outside.
that. It's like you gotta get that right person to come. It's like, damn, if Drew come, you know what I'm saying? My mom gonna be like, nah, Drew. You say you been at the window, but if you come, you say, yeah, he come outside for about an hour,
Yeah.
but y'all gotta, yeah, you gotta strategize.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can't leave. He can't leave this yard. Don't you leave this
What?
yard?
You had to know who could come and ask and who. No, she don't like you anyway. So no, you ain't no need.
Yeah.
So
You
you
better know
got
who
it.
to send. You better
So
know who
you
to
gotta
send.
get that. You gotta get that favorite cousin, like that likable person. You're like, yeah, yeah, and then you was like, yeah, and then that's so if it worked, you was like, yo, we about to go play basketball. You like, yo, when I go, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. So that's true, man. I mean, you think we ever go back to those days though? I don't think so. I
You
don't think we'll ever
can
go.
I put it like this. You can go back to them days, but it won't be to the. I put it like this. It'll be like 40, 50% because if you really think about it,
Hey,
I
Lux
mean,
body.
they still go outside though.
Yeah,
Well,
but I don't think we like I say, I think the village is not there anymore, man. Because, our communities are not the same, you know? Big Mama and Big Daddy and Big Papa and Great Grandma all have gone on, so the stability of the community is not there. You know what I mean?
Real, shut up.
and, and and part of it is, like I said before, where the parents themselves, they don't want to hear anything that anybody else has to say about their kids. Now, the community can't say anything. The village can't say anything. But when the parent at home does not give any type of punishment, basically,
Hmm.
it's like they're scared of the kids run things. Now,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
is a human being with no life experience, how you gonna let them run something? Because
Oh,
they have they have this thing where they just want to do with no
Hmm.
consequence. As long as there is no consequence, a human being is going to continue to do what they want to do. What's up, Fee?
Yeah.
So,
Especially a child.
especially a child, you got to
Yeah.
that a child like that keep doing it. So, what you think is, you're asking for a ultimate headache. But if you're just going to let them do what they want, like one thing that gets me now, back in the days, I don't want to say I don't really want to say it like this, but this is the truth. You didn't have black kids cursing their parents or cursing around their parents. We
Hell no. You
raised,
bet not.
and
no,
I
Drew, no,
raised
Drew,
something that
no,
white kids
no,
did.
Drew. You did not
Right.
have
White kids were known for disrespecting their parents and, oh, shut the hell up, mom. What are you talking about? White
Yeah,
Drew,
kids were known for that
Drew,
shit. Not
yeah.
us.
Punch
Drew. You
your
did not have kids calling their parents. yo, bruh.
Right.
No, hell no. No.
Like, yeah.
No.
So my whole day is like this. I did say a cuss word in front of my mama, and I didn't get my butt whooped, but it was just like one of them Ike Turners, like, look, like, hey.
You
But
better
then
be
again,
smelling
but
yourself now. You
yeah,
smelling
yeah, yeah,
yourself.
yeah, yeah. But then again, like, dog, I'm gonna tell you the prime example. It's not even the parents. It's the you know how them cousins and them other generation, what I'm saying, person be like, if you was disrespectful, them boys check you in the street.
Yeah. Your
Them
family.
boys,
Hmm.
what I'm saying, like, think about it. Like, okay, now, like, back in the day, like, don't get me wrong. Like, if I got in a fight and I lost, what I'm saying, it's like they respect me because, like, okay, you stood up to that person, stuff like that. Now, what I'm saying, them boys, somebody lose, all right, I got something for your ass. You know what I'm saying? They go get the gun. No, no, no. Them boys quick to, like, yeah. So that's why I say that I be looking at these white people. It's like, yo, you might not want to do that slavery type. You know what I'm saying? Disrespectful to this generation because these dudes are going to shoot you.
Yeah,
Hey,
because
Think
most of
about
them
it. Think
can't
about it.
fight though. Let's be honest.
yeah.
They
No.
shoot you because most of them can't fight. Back in the day, we used to knuckle up. You
Yeah.
know, we
Grand.
had
Right,
we
but
had a
you know
fair
what I'm
one.
saying? Like, think about
We
it.
had a
You
fair one.
you lost a fight, and then you had a cousin say, "Get that motherfucker the next day." You got to heal
Yep.
up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But if
Yeah,
you
you go
lose,
at them again.
but think about it. If you lose the fight the next day, you got respect.
Hmm.
Back.
Like, think
Because you
about it.
stood up
Like,
for yourself. You
yeah,
stood
so
up
it's
for
like, yo,
yourself,
you know what
man.
I'm saying? Like, nah, don't let that. He's like, how you say? Don't let that nigga punk you. Like, nah. That's why, like, when it comes to bullying, you know what I'm saying? Like, when back in the day, it was like, nah, don't let that motherfucker punk you. Like, now it's like, they don't have that person to be like, nah, don't let that motherfucker punk you. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? If they jump you, I got you.
But then the equalizer come into play, pulling out that steel, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the equalizer now. You
Cause
know.
back in the day, you know what I'm saying, like, we already know them white boys gonna pull out the steel if they were gonna lose. Cause we had a white dude and he used to always get bullied. And I used to tell people, I said, yo, leave him alone. I said, and I used to be cool with him. I was like, boy, then Lance. So this one day I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to school and stuff like that. And next thing you know, the tip got the administrator went to his house. This man had bombs. The man had guns and stuff like that. He
Damn.
had pictures and stuff like that. But when I saw him, I said, "Yo, man, Lance, what you gonna do?" He said, "Nah, Josh, you cool. I'm cool with you." I was like, "Oh, hey, all right."
About to bomb your ass.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when a white person say, "Yo, don't come to school that day," I got you.
Yeah, them boys might set it off now. Shit, you never know, bro. You never know.
Bar with that.
Yeah,
It wasn't something that just started with some cats. They don't get like that till they hit middle school, before they get rah rah till that testosterone starts hitting, or high school. I remember going back to elementary school, like Blackstreet. Mark Kelly and Steve Black. You know what I'm saying? I'm the little dude hanging with them. These dudes are like, I'm the little 3'7" dude. They're, yo, D, handle that. I'm like, handle.
Drew, you was that short?
yeah,
Man, listen, I was the small dude.
yeah.
You saw me in fifth grade, you might have thought I was in kindergarten. You understand what I'm saying? But these dudes was like, yo, don't make me have to put D on you. I'm like, why are you bringing me into this? But their whole thing was, he gonna get his, and ain't nobody jumping in. You understand? And it's gonna be a fair one. If D goes and he gets his behind whoop, he gonna have to go back again. And because my mom
Yeah,
just told me, you don't come in catching no L. If you come in and you caught an L, you go back the next day and you get
yeah.
your,
You gonna have to fight him again.
yeah.
That was the code back then. That was the
Chasing
code.
all up
And then you
punch.
always had that one. You either had that one family member or you had that one friend that, you know what I'm saying, they had that battery pack. And you like, even if you lost, them boys said, nah, get up, bruh. Said, nah,
Yeah.
get that man. You know what I'm saying? Even it's like this. Back in the day, even if you got 2 or 3 licks on that man, you got respect.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you get 2 or 3 licks on him, shit, you gotta look over your back.
Yeah.
Yeah. You better. What's up, Jay Martin? Yeah, you better look over your back, man, because it ain't over just because it's over now. Not these days. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
They ain't
And
over because of.
once again, it comes from, I have to go back to the parenting. If the child is not respectful, almost in a fearful manner to the parent, they feel they can go and do whatever. They can say whatever. It doesn't matter where they are. Now, back when I lived on Black Street, okay, you know my man Boogie. Boogie lived over there by the block. Boogie came by on the bike one day and was like, "Yo, come on, D, let's go ride over to the block and you know what I'm saying, go to the shoot some pool or something."
Hmm.
You know, so I'm a little kid. Let's go. Man, before I got back home, they had already called my mom. Yo, Eric is out here he out here on the block, you know what I'm saying? He in the pool hall. He doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? We young kids. All we wanted to do is
Yeah.
games and pool and hang around the grown folks. But the word it got back before I got back. So when I came back, my mama said, "Where you been?" Little kid, huh?
Oh,
Hmm.
she
Huh?
already
Yeah, she
knew
already
what that.
know. She already got the phone call, Doc.
Already got a phone call, and I got my behind whooped for being somewhere that I wasn't supposed to be. And
And
you, and,
lying,
and
because you didn't tell her where you was at.
all I said was,
Yeah.
Nah, nah, y'all ever got a butt cutting because you did something wrong and then somebody that was real cool with your parents, they check you and then next thing you know they told your parents and you was like, man, come on, man. How you gonna give me a State of the Union speech and then you gonna
Hmm.
tell my mama?
Hmm.
right, right.
Yeah. That
Stuff
that
with
kept us
the
in line, though. You
Yeah.
know, that kept
that's
us in
Like,
line.
like, but like, come on, man. And you always got that family members that they had it rough in life, but when they trying to teach you, you know what I'm saying, you ain't want to listen. But then when you like later on, you was like, you know what, they right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But see, that's
Yeah.
the whole thing. That's why I said with the young parents that don't have the life experience to understand the end game of what's going on, the real true meaning of why you aren't supposed to do XYZ or why you
Hmm.
didn't do XYZ. You know, if you don't have the experience enough, or if you don't have the mindset to understand that what starts now could grow to something that's going to be quite a headache, to say the least. You're just going to go ahead and roll with it. And
Yeah. They used to tell
roll,
you you headed down the wrong road now. You headed down the wrong path. And some of us, I mean, I've had my hard head days and had to learn you're gonna learn the hard way. My pops used to always tell me, son, you're gonna have to learn the hard way.
yeah,
And I damn sure did, man.
The only thing that I can say that I wish that I learned that y'all had, I never had a father figure. I grew up in a single mother home. I,
me
I
too.
didn't I didn't yeah, I didn't met my father until the age of 16. You know what I'm saying? It was a real difficult situation. No, don't get me wrong now. I had some father figures. I
Mm,
learned how to tie my tie at 10. I learned how to throw a fishing rod at 11. You know what I'm saying, for different dudes and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, I never had that consistent thing.
Right.
But I but I would say like this, it makes a big impact when you have a good like have somebody that you know what I'm saying that can check you.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
absolutely.
need somebody that can check you, you know what I'm saying, when you're young and stuff like that. Cause
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, cause when in middle school, I think I got suspended 15 times. In high school, I got suspended 2 times ever.
Damn.
You got me.
15 times, boy.
No. Because like when I got a growth spurt, and then the basketball coach he saw me and he was like he tried to get me on the team, and I told him no because I said, yo, you're not about to get me on the basketball team because I'm tall. I said, you're not about to finesse me. And then he told me, he said, nah, I ain't about to finesse you. He said, yo, you're gonna have to earn your spot. And then I went from C's to A's. And then I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody was like, yeah, you on the basketball team, you're not doing things. I said, no, I'm having fun. I'm about to graduate. I don't care about that.
Hmm.
So really, like the basketball coach in my high school, he kind of saved my life because I just wanted to graduate. I didn't really care about everything. I just wanted to graduate because I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I was making D's and C's, and then when I got on the basketball team, I was making B's and A's. You know what I'm saying? I was focused. So
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like you have different role models to motivate you and stuff like that. So like when I see my basketball coach today, like yeah, he coached from OW, you know what I'm saying? I'll be looking at him sideways, but I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I thank you, but you coaching for the wrong team.
Primo, what's up? Yeah, I feel you, man.
so so now that we got into this, now the role model. Now, as Josh mentioned, he had a coach. Unfortunately, not a lot of our young men will be in sports.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, but there are still role models around. I can say, my nephew Jam. Um, he had me around for majority of his childhood.
Jam play football?
Yeah.
All right.
So not only did he have me though, he had Mr. T. And some people, whoever watches this later on, will not know who Mr. T is. But Mr.
I
T,
heard about him. I don't know who he is, but I heard about him.
he was
Hmm.
his boyfriend at one time. And then they had an on and off relationship, but they didn't click well enough. But
Right.
but he still took Jam under his wing, and he taught Jam things that I didn't teach him. He
Hmm.
took him he took him out and taught him how to hunt. You know what I'm saying? So Jam actually had two male role models that were consistently in his life until Mr. T passed, God rest his soul, a few years ago. So I'm saying that a lot of women are saying they single mothers raising sons, but we cannot ignore the opportunity for male role models. Sometimes it could be a coach, sometimes it could be an uncle,
Right.
funky uncles, some
Right. Right.
teacher,
What's up, Maestro 3?
a
Yeah.
older cousin. It doesn't necessarily have to be the father, but lots of times it means much more to the child when it is the father.
It
Nah,
does. It
I ain't
does.
gonna lie.
But the father figure does help, like coaches and
Right.
other male masculine figures. It does help, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like when I met Drew in 2012, and you know what I'm saying, I tried to figure him out. You know what I'm saying, I met him in person, and then it's like, yo, this man be talking. I put like this, Drew. You like four people in one person. You already know what I'm talking about. You like four people in one person, and then I was like, yo, this man is know what he talking about, but when I every time I meet somebody that know how to talk that talk and then check me, I respect them. That's why I say Drew, like, and you too, because you don't check. You just say like, yeah, things that I done said. You say, yeah, I don't disagree, but I understand what you're saying. That's why
Hmm.
I say like with this funky uncles thing, this thing like it's a great thing because you can agree to disagree, and you gotta respect the next man. It's
Right.
not like, you know what I'm saying, like, nah, that man ain't talking the truth. No, he has an opinion, and
Hmm.
he talk that talk. So, you know what I'm saying, you gotta respect him. So
Yeah.
that's why I said, like, I'm a young buck. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm I'm grateful for the knowledge, and I want to know more knowledge. Cause trust and believe, I already know y'all y'all gonna give it to me. So that's why I say that I'm thankful for this,
Yeah.
and trust me, this is a great thing.
Hey, well, I appreciate that, brother. And here I like to say, iron sharpens iron. We can learn from each other. We can agree to disagree or disagree respectfully, but still have the conversation. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I've met a lot of brothers where as soon as you disagree with them,
Them
oh,
boys go left. Them
well, you
boys
don't know,
go
you
left.
don't know what you talking about. You ain't never been
Yeah.
there. You
So
ain't got no money. This, that, and it goes left real quick, man. So I wanted, me, DR, and myself, we wanted to create a platform where men could speak to each other, respectfully disagree, but still have the conversation, man.
No doubt.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
but
For sure.
next time we talk about sports, I'm gonna be on that one because I took, trust me, Lee. The first time we talk about sports, I took an L. Y'all boys, y'all got me. Y'all got me. Y'all three got me.
Hey, man, that's what makes
Y'all
it
got me.
fun, man. That's what makes it
Yeah,
fun,
when
man.
you talk about
Yeah.
LeBron, I was like, man, I'm trying to get this man the respect. And I said, and then when I look, no, I ain't gonna lie to you. I be looking at the video when y'all stop it and y'all look at it. I say, yo, what the is I'm talking about? Yo, I'm tripping. Yeah, yeah. I said,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. This
Cause
this
trust
is
and
a
believe,
learning platform as well, man. We
Yeah.
bounce ideas, man. So yeah,
yeah.
man.
Every time we ever have a discussion, and I look at the video, I say, yeah, I was wrong in that one.
Hey, self-critique is good though.
Always.
Yeah.
That's self-awareness, man. Self-critique is good. That shows self-awareness, man, and that's key, man. That's real
Nah,
key.
that last episode we had when we were talking about Candace Owens and all that, I said, okay, I was tripping, but
Hey,
I
Sassy,
hanged
how you
on.
doing?
I said I hanged on. I said Drew threw me a lifeline, but I hanged on.
That's what's up,
Cause you
man.
was
That's what's
good,
up.
good, bro. You was eating me up. You said, like, man, he was eating me up, and then Drew threw me a lifeline. I said, I, I said, yeah,
Right, right. Hey, man, we can still have the conversation, even though we agree. We may have different aspects or perspectives, but the main thing is having a conversation without being emotional, leaving feelings
yes.
aside. Let's just deal with
Yes,
the
yes,
logic of it,
because
you know?
that's the thing. That's the thing I hate. I was like, yo, I was like, all right, go ahead, speak what you got to say. All right, I don't disagree with you, but let's talk about something else. All right, boom, 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 boom. I agree with you on that one. All right, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of sports, man, let's switch gears here for a little bit. Where now that the season's over in the NFL, what moves do you wish your team make in the offseason? What's some
nice move.
team needs or you want to see your team do in the offseason?
I guess I'll go first. All right, as a Ravens fan,
Mm.
offensive wise, we one dimensional. You know, we gonna Lamar Jackson is gonna do his thing. He gonna throw it to Mark Andrews. We got another tight end that, you know what I'm saying, but injury wise, if we can get rid of the injuries, offensive wise, we'll be fine. Defensive wise, you know what I'm saying, we need a little help on the back end with Jimmy Smith and stuff like that because people well, not the Steelers. Um Jimmy Smith think he 24 and he not knowing that, like, bro, you old like Jimmy.
You
You
got to
done
get
had
younger,
some
man. Yeah.
yeah.
You
You
got to
done
get
had some
younger.
knee injuries and stuff like that. I put it like this: when it comes to my team, injuries, if we can get over it, we'll be fine. But if we can't, it's the same old. And like I'm not gonna bet, you know what I'm saying, look forward to it. It's like we had a lot of injuries this year, but if we get over that, we might can do something, but overall, Lamar Jackson is like, yo, you got to find another target because
Yeah.
Mark. You know what?
Hey, I heard
Matt,
y'all looking at AB, man. Y'all looking to bring Antonio Brown in.
I do not want him. The only no, I do not want him. If we sign him, trust. I'm put it like this: if we sign him, you will not hear nothing from me this season because I'll be like, no, why?
Damn.
Because the thing no, I do not want him. Marquise Brown is better than him.
I don't know now, 6'9". Come on now. Come on, 6'9". He better than AB?
No, think about this. AB is gonna if AB number 1, he's gonna do his thing. But AB number 2, who would you trust? Drew, be honest. Who would you trust? Marquise Andrews at the tight end, the number 1 tight end, not number 1, the number 4 tight end in the league, or would you trust AB?
Man, well, first you talking about two different positions, but
Yeah, I know, but we only
look at
got
AB. Look at AB talent though. Yeah, he's an asshole. He could be a sickening ass, but as far as talent level, man, come on now,
But we only
talent
got
level.
but think about it. Based on the history, when the Baltimore Ravens, the tight end always get more touches than the wide receivers.
Yeah, y'all use your tight ends good, man.
Yeah.
Y'all do. Y'all use your tight ends good.
So don't get me wrong now. If AB come in and he do his thing, then yeah. But if he tripping, like, hey, I'm not getting the ball.
That's what you got to worry about.
Yeah.
You got to worry about AB tripping, man. You got to keep him happy, man. Feed him the ball. Lamar, I think he can use him as a target, but you got to worry about the other side of AB off the field. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Because think about it. I mean, wide receiver wise, I mean, the best wide receiver we ever had was Anton Bolden.
Yeah, that's been a while. Yeah. So, Drew, what do you see the Steelers doing, man? What do you want your Steelers to do, bro?
Oh, don't worry. I'm waiting for this.
We got our goals to fit. I think that the fact that Ben is gone frees up some cap space. I've been looking at some articles says we have the 9th most cap space. I would love to get a veteran QB in. I'm not happy with the Jimmy G talks. I definitely don't want the Matt Ryan thing.
What about Russell Wilson?
I'd love to have Russ in.
Drew, I ain't gonna lie to you. If y'all got Matt Ryan,
oh God,
I ain't gonna lie to you,
man.
Drew, you gotta get it, Drew. If that man gets with your team, I ain't gonna lie to you. You can't call that man a bum. Don't get me wrong. Now, if you had a choice between Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan,
Russell Wilson,
you gonna choose Russell Wilson, but you cannot disrespect that man. I'll be like, if it say, oh, the Steelers got Matt Ryan, what? He got weapons? Oh man.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. You already know how
truly blessed Kiki.
I'm a fan of the team first. I don't care if you're wearing the uniform and you're not doing the job. I'm gonna call you a bum.
Yeah,
I give you that, Drew.
Yeah,
I give you that.
I feel you on that, bro. I feel you.
You criticize your team more than anybody. I don't, because your team can win by 40, and you be like, "Oh, Big Ben and did this. He threw 4 interceptions." Like, Drew, y'all won.
Like that. Get rid of all the mistakes, yo. For real.
Right.
I've been a fan of this. I'm like this. I started following the Steelers back when I was a little kid, 4, 5 years old. So we're talking about 1970, 78, 79. That's when I first started following them, learning the game of football. And everybody that's worn the black and gold between then and now, it doesn't matter because I'm a fan of the team first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a fan of the sport first. The team, then the players third. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, if your job as a cornerback, which is my main gripe over the years, if your job as a cornerback is to cover people and you can't do it, get somebody else out there. What's Dwayne Washington? I hated him. Deshae Thompson, hated him. You understand? We
Oh man,
hated him. Though everybody on
Ike Taylor. What
side.
about Ike Taylor, man? Ike was pretty good.
I like Ike. I like
Yeah.
Ike. He just couldn't say
See,
something.
like when it comes to me and Drew, see, when it comes to quarterbacks for my team, and you know what I'm saying, I try to tell people, I say, you take Lamar Jackson out the picture, and people look at me fools, say, yeah, Joe Flacco is the best quarterback we ever had. They boy say, man, he was a bump. I said, before Joe Flacco got there, can you name me a quarterback that was good for us? And you cannot name Steve McNair. Take him out the picture. Name somebody. And then when you have
Trent
Steelers
Dilfer
fans,
won a Super Bowl.
huh?
Was
Trent
nothing. No.
Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
No, man, come on, man.
McMahon won a
Come
Super Bowl.
on. Let's be honest. We had like that year, Trent Dilfer that won the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. He had arguably one of the greatest defense ever. I'm not saying the best, but one of the greatest defense ever. So yeah, what's the
Mhm.
boy name? Tony Banks. He did his thing, and then them boys say, yeah, we're gonna switch up, and then, you know what I'm saying, Trent Dilfer did, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but all jokes aside, the only thing that pissed me off about my team, we dropped the ball in drafting Brian Leftwich. We had a chance to draft this motherfucker. And them boys said, he not worth it. What you mean? We end up getting Troy, Tony, Drew, what's the boy name? Bolden?
Oh,
Yeah, y'all boy. That threw
who?
interceptions left and right. White
Ooh.
boy.
My boy. What boy?
No. We end up getting the boy Bolden, the quarterback that was throwing interceptions left and right
Quarterback.
from our
Bolden.
team.
Not Bolden.
Bolden.
Not Bolden. Bolden was a wide receiver. Bolden.
Yeah, Bolden.
No. Bolden, quarterback Bolden.
I don't remember him.
Before Steve McNair got there.
Troy Smith from Ohio State, the Heisman Trophy winner.
No. Troy Smith got there after Steve McNair.
Oh,
Ty
I don't know
Bolden.
him.
Ty Bolden.
Ty
That ain't my
Bolden.
boy.
No,
I
that's
don't know
our
who. I
quarterback.
don't remember him, man.
No. Yeah, you're right.
First
You
boy.
don't remember him because every time he played the Steelers, he was good for 3 interceptions.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow,
Worse.
yeah.
Trust and believe. We had a top 5 defense. We had a running back, but our quarterback couldn't do nothing. And then when we got Antoine Bolden and we got Joe Flacco, and then boys said, man, Joe Flacco bun. I say, man, I like him. He gonna throw an interception, but he gonna throw a 70-yard pass. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, that's where it was, man. Hey, and as for my Bears, man, we got a new GM, new head coach. You know, our new GM is a former offensive lineman, so he believe in winning in the trenches and protecting Justin. And our new head coach is all about developing Justin and the team around him. So we had to bring a whole new culture to replace Matt Nagy's culture. You know, David Montgomery running back. My concern is on the defense. We're getting a lot of old guys, man. Akeem Hicks, Khalil Mack, he still can ball. Robert Quinn still can ball, but the back end, Eddie No Tackling Jackson, I think we need another free safety, man.
yo,
This dude does not like to tackle. He got that big money and just said, the hell with tackling. So we got new defensive coordinator, new quarterback. We clean house, man. So, you know, as well as bringing in new plays and you know, a new philosophy, we bringing in new culture, and I think that's what Chicago. That's what we needed, man. And to build around Justin Fields. Some say he's a bust, but I don't think you can really rate him as a bust after his rookie year in a sorry ass offensive line, man. So
Right.
with the new staff in, we'll see where we can go, man. But I think we'll
how
be all right. We just got to bring our defense back, man.
how
You
is
know.
he how is he a bust and he don't have weapons? He don't have a structure
Thank you.
around him.
Right. We don't even have a number one
Think
receiver.
about
So
think about
we got to
that.
get a number one receiver for him.
Think about that. When it comes
Yeah.
to a black quarterback,
There
it's
we go.
always a bust when he
Yep.
don't have weapons behind him. The only person that never received that credit, that never received that, is Mike Vick. Mike Vick was a different type of creature.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah.
you can name a bunch of quarterbacks that they would have had success if they had weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to call Justin Fields a bust after this season,
He's not.
he,
He's
man,
to me. He's not a bust.
Ryan Leaf is a bust.
Right.
If you ask me, Ryan Leaf is a bust.
It takes
That's who you should be.
to be able to gauge a quarterback, and that's normally if you have him in the same system for those 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go in 1 year, his rookie year, he has one coach, and then the next year he has to learn a totally different system. That's pushing him back a year. That's slowing down his progress. So
Yeah.
not everybody looks at the game like that.
I had
Right.
a person.
When you change, go ahead, brother.
I had a person that I went to high school with. He's a Chargers fan, and he'd say I was tripping. I said that Eli Manning is way better than Can't Get Right, and he was like, "What do you mean Can't Get Right?" I said Phillip Rivers, and he was like, "No, man." I said, "Think about it." I said Phillip Rivers had arguably maybe the top 10 best running back ever. LaDainian Thomas. He had arguably the top 5 tight end ever. That's
Tony Gates.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me trying to tell me my man can't let me get it done. Told myself, man, Eli man lucky. I said, yeah, but he beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, he was a Patriot killer. Yeah, he was definitely a
He
Patriot
got
killer,
2
man.
rings. I said, don't get me wrong now. I said, he got 2 rings. I said, but what? I said, Phillip Rivers, what he done?
I don't think that's a fair comparison because it wasn't really Eli that beat the Patriots.
No,
it was
Drew. They were trying to say that Phillip Rivers was better than Big Ben in his prime. Think about it.
I mean, honestly speaking, I'll say they were equal. It's Ben had more weapons. Ben didn't have a tight end, but Ben had receivers.
Y'all had Drew. Y'all had you ain't about to do that. You had Holmes. You had Hines. You not about to do this, Drew. Ben, no. Drew.
Yancey Thigpen.
I'm a Ravens fan. You not about to do Drew.
Josh, listen to this.
No.
Who are Phillip Rivers' top receivers in his career?
Shit.
Got me, man.
Now, I'm going to run through a short list of Ben's receivers. Hines Ward, Mike Wallace, Emmanuel Sanders, AB, and Antoine Randall L, Plexico. A quarterback can only do so much, but the more weapons you have,
running backs. Go ahead,
playmakers.
Run them down. Running backs.
Running backs that Ben had, the bus, Willie Parker. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is
top five offensive line. Go ahead, run them down.
Well, offensive line, yeah.
Defense,
line for
top 5.
Most of the years, yeah.
Drew.
Hold up. San Diego's line wasn't no punk. San Diego's line wasn't no punk. The thing about San Diego is, in their offensive system, they didn't have people to take the tops off the defense that allowed their receivers to really thrive.
Drew,
had Mike Wallace and Emmanuel Sanders and Plexico, and they had Martavis Bryant, which I forgot about. That opens up.
Y'all had Pretty Boy Floyd. Y'all had Superman in the back. The Chargers ain't had Superman. Superman come to the line and say, "Yo, he about to hike it, and I'm about to jump over there with Pretty Boy." Drew, you already know. Y'all had Pretty Boy Floyd.
And you know who San Diego had? San Diego had a man with an imaginary girlfriend. Mateo,
Teo, right? And they had Junior Seau too now. Junior Seau.
Yeah, but Troy Polamalu, think about it. You got to give that man his props.
Oh, I get it.
Polamalu was a ball player, man.
we comparing the quarterbacks, and in comparing the quarterbacks in a team sport, you have to look at everything that surrounded the quarterback.
Yeah, the playmakers.
How good a quarterback is, he can't do it himself.
No, we can't.
Anything because his defense sucked. Warren Moon couldn't do anything because their defense.
Oh man, that's
and
my guy. I love Warren Moon, man.
Lace him up.
I love Warren Moon.
Ever.
Don't y'all know that argument about Barry Sanders being better than Emmitt Smith?
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, Barry Sanders ain't had a defense. Barry Sanders ain't had a quarterback. He had an offense. Yeah, he had a little wide receivers. Emmitt Smith had arguably the greatest offensive line ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you put,
Cool.
I think Barry played what, 10 years? Barry,
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, if you put any of Emmitt's 10 years, you can pick and choose the years, and you put them against Barry's 10 years, they don't measure up. Because Barry had 1,000 yards every year, even the year he missed 6 games.
That dude was bad, man.
Even
that,
if you,
that
man,
boy.
I put
Still
like
got
this.
1,000
I put it.
Yeah,
I put
Barry
it
was
this.
that dude, though.
I
mean,
put it
Barry was that dude.
The
The
only one
Bears,
that
like the Bears had sweetness.
Yes.
Could you imagine if the Bears had Barry Sanders?
Man, I think if we had Barry Sanders, we might have won another Super Bowl.
Nah,
After 85.
y'all got 4 rings easy. Easy.
Yeah.
because they had
I put like this. Let's think about the teams that, like, if Barry was on the 49ers, the Bears, the Steelers,
Redskins back in the 80s when they had
the Redskins, who else?
Any other team, he'd have had a ring, most likely,
right.
other than Detroit.
You're right. Cause think
Yeah.
about it.
I got a good one.
Here's the sleeper. Here's the key component. Primetime. Where he at? He was finessing teams for money. He said, you know what?
You chasing rings, man.
Yeah, you're right. He is like, I'm going to 49ers.
I
You
want
know
y'all
what
to
I'm saying?
think.
I'm going to win a ring. I'm going to go to the Cowboys. I'm winning a ring. Cause think about it. Primetime. You're like, yeah.
I want y'all to think about something. Here's a what if for you. Who's the first person to run for 2,000 yards?
Eric Dickerson.
Gale Sayers.
No.
The Juice.
Eric Dickerson.
The Juice.
Yeah, O.J.
The Juice?
Simpson.
The Juice.
Yeah, and he did it in a 14-game season.
Yeah.
And his line was called the Electric Company. Can you imagine Barry running behind the Electric Company?
Oh man, Barry might get 3,000 yards.
like think about the one thing that, like, Gale Sayers, if he was I'll put it like this: imagine what kind of running back he would be if he wasn't running upright. Because think about it, he was running upright. He was on kickoff. He was on do this and that. He was just running upright. He was like, but that was painful on his knees. So imagine if he was running a different style.
Low gravity runner, get behind his pads. Yeah,
man was running upright. I was like, no, you ain't gonna cut right. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know.
See, Gale was more like a Devin Hester, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He wasn't really a back. He just could run the ball.
Yeah.
But he on kickoff, special teams, and catching out the backfield, he could juke them. And, back then, dudes ain't had the kind of agility Gale Sayers had, man. If you go back and look at old films, even in those mud games, he would be cutting back, and you see cats falling down while he's still running. Gale was a different type of animal, man.
Because, I mean, I was like, man, like, he's a good running back. And then when I see it, it's like, oh, this man's 6'2". I say, God damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this man running like this. Like, he might want to cut this way, cut that way.
30 seconds left, brothers. 30 seconds left.
Okay, can't wait for next week. Funky Uncles. This is part 2 of episode 18. I see everybody next week. Subscribe to the Lone Wolf QB. You know, Russo _Gian _48 on Instagram. We gonna see you next week, everybody.
We out. Episode 18, part 2.